Well, welcome along once again to episode number 6 of Off the Leash by the Racing Post, brought to you in association with Premier Greyhound Racing, and the winning run continues. Tony Bullen, the Racing Post, joins us. Another week, another winning nap. Bogger Rambo, Tony, 7-2 as well, exactly as the week before, banged out and made all.
Yeah, again, draw wasn't ideal, but when you come away running, he's got good pace to the turn, cuts the bend, brave as you like, and does the business. The winning is just a bonus, Dave. The racing's fantastic, but any winners is a real plus.
Well, that's what we're here for. And it is, of course, Valentine's Day, as we thank you for all the love that these videos are getting. But do get in touch with us. Like, comment and subscribe. Do comment and let us know if you are following all of Tony's winning tips and who you're backing as well. And as Tony rightly mentions, the action, once again, is absolutely sensational. We'll be looking at the 3 big competitions going on at the moment, starting with Thursday night, the £12,500 ARC Northern Puppy Derby. We're at the final stage of that one. We're at the final stage of the £10,000 Ladbrokes Winter Derby, and we're at the semi-final stage of the Premier Greyhound Racing £20,000 Golden Jacket as well. We'll cover it all, replays, tips, and some previews as well. So strap yourselves in and get yourselves ready. We are going to start then at Newcastle in the northeast Thursday night. Now, we've got 2 live runners for us, Tony. Anti-post that I put up Droopy's Eunice. You put up Coppice Ella at 5-1 and 8-1 respectively. But it is still 7-2 the field, which is absolutely incredible. Have a look at the fastest semi-final winner from last week, but it is anyone's contest, this one. And this was a really impressive performance here from Tom Hilbrons. And I will apologise to all our Irish watchers, viewers, if you like, as well for the pronunciation here. But Omer Hertig was very impressive off the front. I thought the runner-up ran well as well, Tony.
Yeah, he was in trap 5. That's easier, rolls off the tongue easier. But yeah, trap 5, 1 out of trap 5 in the first round, showed good pace to the turn. What I did like, I mean, Clona Curley, who we both sort of put up, I thought was going to win the actual race. Even after the line, the winner was going strong. So this was a real good performance from Tom Hilbrun's charge. Obviously, it's a middle draw to contend with in the final, but this really is a race you could run numerous times and get a different result. I'm going to stick with Coppice Ella, who I put up at the semi-final stages. I thought was an each way still at 8-1. I think she'll make the frame, and if it got scrappy, I think she can pick the pieces up late and oblige. So she's going to be my selection, Coppice Ella.
Yeah, 28.54 there, the fastest winning time, but it is wide open. Oh, Tony Brealey, I spoke to in the week, the Coppice man, if you like. Strange for an owner, Tony, to have 2 runners in a final, and they're with 2 different trainers.
Yeah, the prefix has been around for a while, and it got some above average types for sure. I know the Coppice Sapphire dog always had this event in mind and shaped well in trial stakes and has put that into practice in the event proper. I was a little bit disappointed with Eunice. I didn't think showed much second to third, but Maxine Locke, she's got in some nice ammunition behind her at the moment, so it really is a wide open final.
Yeah, she's of course got 2 in it as well, but I'm going to go with Clona Curley. I thought just I know got beaten in the semi-final, but took another step forward. Looks a nice type, probably better suited to 500 metres than the 480 because looks strong over the trip, but it's wide open, I would say. Tread very, very carefully if you're getting involved there. Who do you think will go off favourite in that one, Tony?
I'm not sure. Do you know what? I am not sure. I think it could be joints or co's. I genuinely do. I think it's very difficult to pick and nail your colours to the mast on who's going to be an outright favourite. Finding the leader's difficult, which is why I'm erring on the side of the come from off the pace bitch in 6.
Yeah, we'll look at the draw. I mean, it's the 8.54 on Thursday up at Newcastle, and on the early prices, it is the 2 grands down the middle who are the joint favourites at 7-2. But the outsider, 13-2, Coppice Sapphire on the inside. Now, you're strong on Coppice Ella. Tell us how you think the race unfolds for her to win.
Well, I thought she ran a blinder first and foremost last week to qualify. She got absolutely mullered around the first 2 bends. Done well to qualify. I only just got up in the latter stages, but I think with a bit of a better run out wide, she can work into the race from the 3rd bend, and she clearly stays well. And that's half the battle at Newcastle. Let the leaders sort themselves out. Hopefully she's on the premises at the 3rd bend and guts it out.
Yeah, they'll all be looking for sure where Copicella is. A very, very strong running tracker in the stripes. So Tony with the Copicella, and he's on 8-1 each way anti-post as well. So if you joined in last week, I think you're sitting pretty there because it's hard to see her out of the frame. Right, we'll move on then because the action is red hot on Saturday. And we're going to start with Crayford. We're at the semi-final stage of the £20,000 Premier Greyhound Racing Golden Jacket. Always a big competition, Tony. Traditionally, a betting shop event, a Saturday morning. We're now into Saturday afternoon. But you see these stayers with pace taking on these marathon performers over the 2 laps at Crayford. It is quite a unique and a quite thrilling event, this one.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you sometimes get some 6 bend dogs that have got good early pace stepping up at the 714. I think connections feel you can nick it on the first circuit. You got a 23, 10, 20 dog for the 380 metres. There's always a chance you could stay out in front at Crayford. But it's always has a bit of everything, the jacket. Come from off the speed, blast off the front types, and you always need an element of luck. Even though they're over 714 metres, the first bend and the first lap is pertinent.
Yeah, I love it. Great competition. And always a lively betting heat as well, the anti-post for the jacket. Right, let's have a look at some of the heats then. Not all of them, but some that figured on Saturday afternoon at Crayford. And we're going to start with a race in which I had my heart broken here because Ballymac Taylor was absolutely sensational, coming through to score in trap 3. Tuano Bella, who I fancied off the front to make all the running, was in 4. And She Loves You in 6. 45.39 here. Now, the Black Jacket runner out of Central Park for Paul Donovan, I think, is a very shrewd trainer, Tony. And there was bits and pieces around for this one, anti-post. There was certainly bits and pieces around on the day as well here. It was a case of catch me if you can, but she was caught by a brilliant tracker and a big player in this event.
Yeah, climbed the grades over the 4 bends at Central Park was Tuano Bella. Come into this event a bit of an unknown quantity in fairness, but has taken to the track and has coped well with a step up in distance. But the problem with a bitch like Ballymac Taylor, although he's devoid of early, you just never beat with her. I mean, she's a real crowd pleaser. The way she finishes off her races, I mean, she's just very, very strong, stamina-laden bitch. And when she sees daylight, you could visibly see her quicken up. Like the daylight opened up for her, and then she shifts through the gears. And you think to yourself, she's still not going to get up. She's still not going to get up, but she knows where the winning line is. And half a length and full of running as well. Good run from the front too. Again, Gutsy Jet didn't really feature too great on the first circuit, but that's Crayford.
Yeah, and what's unique about Ballymac Taylor is that one could go around again, stays forever. So we'll move on then to heat number 2. And a bit of an upset here. Bubbly Sculpture turning over New Destiny, the anti-post favourite. I think it was about 4 on chance as well. But track 1, beating New Destiny in 4. Homestead Anna back in 6. Now, notably quicker than Ballymac Taylor here, 45.17. First of all, let's start with New Destiny, who showed loads of pace to the turn, found trouble. I thought it was actually a really good run because showed herself to not be a one-trick pony that needs to lead over this trip, because we know Bubbly Sculpture won the Boxing Day Marathon down at Crayford. Very, very, very strong. And I thought she kept Bubbly Sculpture honest all the way to the line.
Yeah, I was a little bit disappointed. I was expecting her to clear. Once the trap's opened and she's come away running, I thought, well, you should clear. But low pressure managed to get up on the inside of her and not worried her out of it, but just sort of got up her inside. And I was in agreement with you. I think she did run well. She stuck to the task. It was probably a better effort her having to sort of work hard to qualify than her blasting off, winning by 5 or 6 lengths, putting up a decent time. But one thing, as you touch on, Bubbly Sculpture, Boxing Day Marathon winner, relentless galloper, stays really well. And once he was on the premises, as much as she was 4 on to win the heat, Bubbly Sculpture was always holding the upper hand from the way the race panned out.
Yeah, Paul Young, a previous winner of the Golden Jacket, and had the runner-up as well, roll on Sydney. So, interesting runner there, Bubbly Sculpture, amongst a couple of others from the kennel as well. Let's move on to heat number 3 then, and the history maker here, potentially, the defending champion, 2 times winner of the Golden Jacket. No Greyhound has ever won 3 Golden Jackets. Belmore Sally, the Newcastle Raider for Jimmy Fennick. She's in, she's back. And I thought she ran quite well here. Hacker Carlo, 45.10. So quicker of the three that we've seen to date. We're doing the business from trap 2. Belmore Sally in 5. Havana top note in trap 1 here. What did you make of Belmore Sally, Tony?
Yeah, I mean, look, the connections would be delighted if they would have said, do you want to take second spot? Of course they would have done all day long. She's yet to hit the heights that have seen her win back-to-back events, but the fact that she's still in the event, she loves Crayford, she clearly likes the getting up early in the morning, travelling down, that doesn't bother her one iota. But Hacker Carlo, again, he's another one of those speedsters, good sectionals, 23.18 on the first circuit, had shaped well in a couple of trial stakes, and again, had been pretty consistent on the clock. But yeah, Belmore Sally, it'd be tremendous to see her book her place in the final. I think she's the draw, the story's there and everything, but she just needs to raise her game a little bit more on what we've seen.
Yeah, I think she's certainly, with age, she seems to have become a stronger stayer and lost a little bit of her early poke, but she loves it around Crayford and she's into the hat now. Well, only 18 remain then in this year's Premier Greyhound Racing Golden Jacket, and the semi-finals are on Saturday afternoon. Let's now have a look at those. The first one being the 249 here, and it's wide open contest here, Tony. Looking at the betting, joint favourites on the inside. Ladbrokes priced up earlier on. The first one out the boxes here. Hacker Carlo on the inside with Kunoff Crow at 5-2. Havana Lover, very, very impressive off the front. Back to winning ways. 2022 St Ledger champion. Looks the likely leader, you would have thought, in this one. Yeah,
it's a tricky race. I'd favour Hacker Carlo over Kunoff Crow, just being drawn on the immediate inside. But again, I can see there being a little bit of jostling in the early stages in this race. And I'm going to be with Bubbly Sculpture, Dave. One thing you know with this dog, he doesn't need to lead from the front. He can just bide his time in behind. And if the daylight appears, he's pretty strong. So I think this race could stack up for Bubbly Sculpture.
Yeah, do you know what? I'm going to be in agreement there as well, because they can't all lead. Havana Lover will be flying into the turn. The inside duo will be looking to lead. I think 1 and 2 are drawn to come together as well. And if it does cut up, I'll be looking at the likes of Bubbly Sculpture. I think Savannah Jazz as well be staying on strongly as well. So looking for the stamina there. We move on to the second semi-final then. Tuanabella going to be a short price here, according to Ladbrokes on the early prices. 13-8 Jolly. I thought was unlucky, if you like, to bump into Bubbly Taylor. I mean, the time wasn't sensational, but looks likely to lead again.
Yeah, she should give a good account. Again, only lightly raced. Confirmed that she's got the stamina in a couple of races at Crayford. Needs to lead the inside. Will feel a bit of heat from a Havana top note. Again, Dave, I think this could be a race that suits a finisher, and I like Bubbly Inferno here. She ran a blinder. That race is still fresh in her memory when she had the match race with Ballymac Taylor at Romford over the extreme distance, and she's always had something about her as Bubbly Inferno. And this semi is probably an ideal semi to be in. If I was connected with her, I'd be well happy with the way the draws worked out, because she'll be running on through beaten rivals and might even get there.
Well, there you go. Might even get there. It's going to be a case of catch you if you can. I think I'm going to side with Tuanabella. I'm not sure I'll be taking a 13-8. I think might be on offer a slightly bigger price on the day, but the blue jacket there, a case of catch me if you can. Now we move on to the third semi-final, which is a hell of a race. You know, it could have been the final. That's how good the lineup is here. Now we've got joint favourites down the centre, Ballymac Taylor and New Destiny, both trained by the 14 times champion trainer Mark Wallace. Belmore Sally, the defending champion we mentioned, looking to make history and win 3 golden jackets in trap 5. I really like Dazzle Rolex out wide in trap 6. I thought run really well on a trial stake to reel in Lively Lauren. Short of racing room in the first round and ran well. How do you see it, Tony?
Yeah, I mean, Queen Pink's sort of sprung back into life in the first round. Showed a bit of early in a trial stakes. I mean, she'd gone a few races without winning for the standard that she had set in her early part of her career. She should lead 1 and 3. I'm going to be with New Destiny just on the basis I think we'll turn hot on the heels of Queen Pink. I am a little bit worried that the tracking she might just sort of keep getting there and not sort of having to wait another bend to get past. But in an ideal scenario, New Destiny beats Queen Pink to the punch, and then we realise what all the fuss is about with New Destiny. But yeah, I think it'll be a little bit more workmanlike, and if it is, then you're looking at Ballymac Taylor. How close is Ballymac Taylor to him at the 6th bend?
Yeah, I'm going to be 2 votes for New Destiny, but I think she might cut loose early on and be in front after a lap and then just pour it on. I thought she ran well in defeat. I think every neutral out there would like to see Belmore Sally in the final. She'd be available at 7 to 1. I imagine she'd be a big price to win this race on the day as well. But if she could just qualify, be in the first 2, it'd be a hell of a story. Let's have a look at the out market then, because it is still wide open. 9 to 2 the field, New Destiny. 11 to 2 Ballymac Taylor. Crewnough Crow 7, Hacker Carlo 7, Havana Lover 10. It is wide open, Tony. I will open the batting if you like. I put a Bubbly Sculpture at 33 to 1 price wise in the Racing Post. Still available at 16, which I think is a fair price. I think you could definitely back that one each way. So I'm going to stick with Bubbly Sculpture at a big price, 16 to 1. I fear those at the top of the market. I think they're both big players, but they're taking each other on. You know, this race and competition could just blow wide open. Anything could happen in that 3rd semi-final. So I'm going with Paul Young's Bubbly Sculpture at a big price at 16 to 1. What about yourself?
Yeah, I'm going to take a chance with a big price, and it's a Bubbly Inferno, Dave. I think can qualify in the 2nd semi-final. Okay, could go to post a big price even if she gets to the final, but I think the faster she goes in with, the better she is. She was a little bit unlucky not to book her place in the final with the Cesarevich at Central Park. Done a hell of a lot of running in that particular semi-final. So Bubbly Inferno for me, I think could ruffle a few feathers.
Well, there you go. Paul Young and the Champagne Club. 2 big players in this year's Golden Jacket, Bubbly Inferno and Bubbly Sculpture. That is the Premier Greyhound Racing Golden Jacket semi-finals on Saturday afternoon at Crayford. Live on Sky Sports Racing behind the red button. We'll move on then to the absolutely brilliant Ladbrokes Winter Derby final, which will come before the action at Crayford on Saturday. And we're going to run through the 3 semi-finals from last week, and we'll dive straight in because Lynx Maverick was back to winning ways in sensational fashion. It felt like a race with Kulavani Shadow in there. We had Churchfield Sid in 6. He was on the inside, Lynx Maverick in trap 1, that he needed to be at his best. He needed to smash out, make the bend, and he did exactly all of that, Tony, and he was absolutely brilliant. 28.09 on the board. Yeah,
he came into this event fresh, Dave. I mentioned last week, Tom put a little bit of extra weight on his back, I think, to get him to show the early pace, and he did. He certainly did, and the Churchfield, they've had some real buckles at Monmore, Lynx Maverick and Churchfield Sid. Lynx Maverick seems to just have the edge when they meet at Monmore. Once he's in front, he's a defender of the lead. You even feel that he's vulnerable. You think, he's going to get overtaken, but he's just a real professional dog. I mean, the fact that he's got 21 wins from 26 starts tells you, but we touched on how much ferocious early pace there was in this event, and it's there to see in the final.
Yeah, it was absolutely brilliant. That was Lynx Maverick beating Churchfield Sid 28.09, the winning time there. Now then, 7 to 2, Nat, boom, back of the net from Tony. I was going to reel off loads of Rambo puns, but I'm going to give him a swerve here. Black Jacket, he needed to flash out. He needed to get across to the inside, and he did all of that. Another winner for Tom Hilbron, the All England Cup finalist. He's going to arrive in this final in brilliant form. He's trappy, he's got the pace. 28.17 here. King Sydney on the inside in trap 1, and it was all over in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, the sole defeat came in the All England Cup final at Newcastle for Bogger Rambo. He's a no-nonsense type of dog, Dave. He just, as soon as the trap's open, he wants to pace up to the turn, bust the gut to get to the front, and he stays on really well when he's on the bunny. This is clearly his toughest assignment to date. No margin for errors in this particular race, but he's done nothing wrong for Tom Hilbron, and you wouldn't want to be alongside him because you know he's a big enough 35-kilo dog, so he's a force to be reckoned with, if any, on the run of the turn. Yeah,
good performance there. 28.17 off the front, beating King Sydney, a dog that certainly would favour the inside, Bogger Rambo, and will bring the draw very shortly. Before that, another dog that favours the inside, King Capaldi, and this was absolutely sensational. 28.01, fastest time of the event so far. This is a ground who finished runner-up in the Puppy Derby, reeled in by his kennel mate and litter brother, King Memphis, and he's been well backed for this year's Derby. And this performance, along with his first round heat performance, you can see exactly why. He beats Aero Secundai, who was in trap 4 here. Brilliant early pace from King Capaldi, and he just put them under pressure from the very start. Yeah,
Queen Joan, he just dipped slightly out of the boxes. That was a race over, but he's a proper dog, this King Capaldi. This is a proper litter. I mean, year on year we go, oh, what a litter Liz and Rab McNair producing, but these, like, I think this could be the creme de la creme without a shadow of a doubt. I mean, it's the manner that they're doing it. It's like poetry in motion in full flight, and that's all you want to see with a dog. When a dog looks like it's effortless, that's when they're shifting, and King Capaldi's got it all. He ain't got the greatest of draw in the final, admittedly, but what a dog he is at the moment.
Yeah, he's absolutely flying. And as I say, big market mover for this year's Derby, so plenty of confidence behind King Capaldi. Spoke to Rab McNair in the week, and there's plenty of confidence behind him in this final, despite the draw. And let's have a look at it then, because it will be the 133 at Monmore on Saturday, live on Sky Sports Racing. Behind the red button, there's £10,000 up for grabs. It is the Ladbrokes Winter Derby final. And we've only got one seeded dog here, Churchfield Sid, out wide in trap 6. And just to show you the calibre of the opposition here, the Kent Derby champion is 9-2. He's got the draw, he's got his box, 5 will be moving in, and he's still 9-2. Favourite, just about, is Lynx Maverick on the inside at 2-1 in trap 2. Aero Secundai, one of the locals for Richie Taberner at 10s. King Sydney 8. Bogger Rambo looking to get across again from trap 4-5s. And King Capaldi, who's a very tight railer. Connections believe he's starting to learn. He's had that education, and he won't dive in as violently as he has done in the past. It's a hell of a race, Tony. How do we piece it together?
I don't want to see a trouble race, but I do think it's going to sort of shut your eyes around the first 2 bends, because when you've got pace of this nature in any race, whatever venue, something's got to give. You cannot get these 6 dogs round the turn. And the slightest mistakes at the boxes are going to be crucial. I'm with 6 on the draw. He is the price. He's going to need to look sprightly, even though he's got the draw. But he can pace up. I remember when he ran against Lynx Maverick in the Gold Cup last year, even off of a missed break, he was on the coattails of Lynx Maverick. He's a proper dog, and Connections have done extremely well, considering he picked up quite a serious injury early in his career. I'd love to stick with Bogger Rambo and say he's going to get across again. I just can't see it this week. I really can't. I mean, again, he's 5-1 to win this race. We got 7-2 and 2-1, 15-8 the previous week. So that doesn't smell of value. I know it sounds silly that he's won his back-to-back races, but yeah, we'll take the money and run, and we'll go with Churchfield Sid.
Yeah, he's certainly got the draw, hasn't he? I've just got a feeling that Lynx Maverick is now back in the groove. And once again, like last week, I think he's going to need to explode from the boxes. But he might just have the inside line at the turn here. If there is, a Lynx Maverick, a King Capaldi and a Churchfield Sid all in a line at the bend, I want to be on the inside. So I'm just going to side with Lynx Maverick, but it's a hell of a race. Good luck to everyone involved, and to echoes sort of Tony's thoughts there. We just want to see a clean run race, but it's hard to see how we're going to see a clean run to the turning with Bogger Rambo and I think King Capaldi both shifting inside. So there we go. Churchfield Sid got the draw and gets the vote for Tony then. It's nap time. Best bets of the week. I'll have to give you the honour, Tony, because you've been in absolutely sensational form. Where are we going and at what sort of price?
Right, we're going to go for it again. We're going to go Burn, Baby Burn, Bubbly Inferno in the second semi-final of the jacket, Dave. I think can qualify at worst. I think the race could be run to suit a finish. So Bubbly Inferno, last to first, second semi-final at Crayford.
And we'll be toasting the bubblies as well, because my best bet of the week is also going to be a bubbly. And I'm going to go with Bubbly Sculpture. It was around about a 7-1 chance at the moment. Could be bigger on the day. A race run to suit, perhaps there. Could cut up, get a little bit messy on that first circuit. And this is ground who, of course, won the Boxing Day Marathon over 874 metres down at Crayford. Look out for that one. Flashing home in the first of the Premier Greyhound Racing Golden Jacket semi-finals there. Big price. I think can swoop late to score. It's been an absolute pleasure once again to have you with us. And Tony, we thank you for your time and expertise. Hopefully those winners will keep on coming. Do remember to like, comment and subscribe. Get involved. Fire your questions into us. And thanks for all the love and appreciation for these videos. We're finding the winners and we'll be back next week. Do remember to gamble responsibly. We'll see you next time.